Hey everyone, this is Sir Thecos. Do you remember me having covered Rogue Angels last year? Well, the game is still bound to come to Kickstarter this year and I'm really looking forward to it since I really enjoy its gameplay. And today I'm bringing you a gameplay video of the latest session I played with the designer. Alright, what is Rogue Angels? It is a co-op sci-fi legacy game driven by character choices and a strong narrative with multiple paths, tactical combat with fluent turns, and action management with asymmetric abilities. Set in the Burning Suns universe, you get the opportunity to become a hero and help save the galaxy through impactful choices for your characters and their legacies. The game will come to Kickstarter on September 4th this year. I had the chance to play yet another mission with the designer, which I'm bringing to you today in its pure and unedited form, so you can get a feeling how a session would look like. A small disclaimer, the audio levels of the designer and me are a little bit different. Nevertheless, I hope you have as much fun watching as I had playing the game. Also make sure to check out my preview video I did last year. Alright, roll the footage.
And then we just need to also find a chapter or a mission to pick. Like last time we had a bit of an escape mission after we went into what was it? It was some kind of lab we went into, and then we kind of escaped somewhere.
We had to escape up here, right? Through the doors, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's very well remembered.
Yeah,
I think we will just.
It was an exciting mission.
Yeah, cool. I think we will propel ourselves a bit into the future of the thing here, and let me just quickly have a look here on my flowchart and find the proper mission I was contemplating on. So. Yeah, we could go with a bit of a serious mission and try that.
Sounds good to me.
Go with, we could also take one with a bit of a, let's see here. We could also take a let's just take the. It's one of the most, what can you say, serious missions. So I will have to change the state here to chapter 2. So of course we at some point makes it off the planet, and we also encounter the Hellfires again, those pirates that we disturbed, and the Reavers, the robots that were after us, and so on and so forth. And then at one point we get to the assembly where we will be tasked with a few things to do to help them out, and then from there on we will actually be able to choose missions from a mission directory. So you can see here we have a few missions that we can do here. So we can either go and find an artifact, or we can establish some beacon network. We can do a few things, and we can also arrest a sentinel terrorist.
Ooh, that sounds pretty interesting. That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah. So let's go with that mission. But first off, we also have to pretend that we, of course, have some characters with a bit of history. So. You want to grab a character that you would like to play as, then I will do the same.
Those here on the side, right? So let me see.
Yeah.
So I have played with, I think it was Bacillus, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
That sounds.
Who was the sniper? One.
Lelia, I think, was the one.
Yeah, that was the one I was playing actually. Yeah. So let me choose somebody else.
Right.
So somebody who's something maybe a little bit more like different. Let me see. So what do we have? What is the person on the very left here? Adriel Cultus.
Oh yeah, Adriel. Yeah, it's it's a very flexible, what would you call it? Like, it's a changeling that has a very flexible amount of skills, so it can do several different things. They have a lot of mental power, but not much shield. So you have to be careful with them. But they're very agile.
Sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, I think I might choose them just because they look interesting. Yeah.
Sure. So you just grab the items in the box.
There we go. It's pulling them out one by one. I don't know how to pull them out all together, so I'll just...
No, that's all good, yeah.
Pull them out like this.
And then I will go with...
All right.
Who shall I go with? Who shall I go with?
Oh, I'm so bad with Tabletop Simulator. Alright, there we go. So character sheet up here.
It's also a bit challenging sometimes. Yep. So... And we will be playing on this side here.
Okay.
And since we have our personality, of course, like last time. And I will just give you a couple of personality tokens. So I have like a small stat chart where I can see if we are at mission 25, we should have approximately this many stats.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, perhaps 4. Yeah. I will just give you a little bit of drawing here. And without looking too much on anything here.
Okay.
Just do like this. So you get 4 more, so you have 5 in total of these personality tokens here.
Perfect.
So that's how
sounds good.
Mission can start. And then also what we have, we will not go into the relationships, of course. That's too advanced, and for one mission it doesn't really matter. But here are the different extra things you can put, the extra labels or stickers that you can put on your action cards.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point in the game you would have, let's see here, we would have at least 1 basic, 1 special, and yeah, so 2 basic and 2 special. So what you can do is that you're allowed to upgrade, put 2 upgrades on one, or like take 2 basic action upgrades, and then 2 for your other cards. So that means, for example, if you would like to have a cooldown on your comm device, then you would use this sticker here, and I can put those stickers on. That's very easy. So
yeah,
I do the same for my character.
I think like more movement would be great. I think that is good. I think that was something I struggled with last time a little bit. So
that one there. So I have this here. I have something called decals. So you can push F9, for example, and then you can find all the stickers that you can then just find the one by typing in the search bar, and then find the one matching the ones you want, and then stick it on the red square, for example, for the basic move.
That's +1 square. I don't see the +2 squares.
Oh, then you just push +2 in the search area up there.
+2
above the decals.
Yeah.
You just write.
There we go. +2 squares. I think I found it. And then I just take this and put this.
You just stick it on. Yeah.
Like this.
Exactly.
Ah,
yeah.
That is pretty cool. I've never seen that in Tabletop Simulator. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I do have a second one, right?
Yeah.
So basic interact. What do I get there? And I gains +1 is always good. Push an adjacent enemy 3 away from you. That's not too bad either. Interact. The +1 isn't too bad. I might take the +1 on the basic interact.
Yeah.
Let me just try to find the decal. Can I take this one? Probably, right? Let me just put this one on
Yeah,
here.
that's the one called +1. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, and I will do the same here with mines.
So let me take those cards again.
There.
And then you said I can put something on my other cards as well?
Yeah, you have 2 upgrades. For all the other cards, you have 2 upgrades to put somewhere where you want them.
Okay. What does a comm device have? -1, that's not too bad. +1.
Okay, yeah. So,
Okay, I hope I did everything correctly, but I did a few things.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, cool.
I didn't know how to put them on straight, so...
It's fine.
yeah, that works.
Awesome. So that actually means we are very ready to go. So that's just how the prep has to be, right? When
like this, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I need those symbols again. Those cooldown
Yeah.
damage. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah. You might have to. You might want to tell me like about the focus thing, how that worked again. I think that's the only thing I still need.
Focus is the one where you spend 1 focus to re-roll 1 die.
That was it. Okay. Good.
And you also have an ability here that says once on your turn you may spend 2 focus to regain 1 of your spent personality tokens. So because these are gone for the rest of the mission once you've spent them, right? So if there's something that is particularly important for you, you can get it back.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
And we can get focus back, right? That was possible.
You can also concentrate to gain 2 focus.
Yeah, that was it. Okay.
But that is very, I mean, if you're doing that more than once in an entire mission, then you're probably losing. So.
All right. Mental note to myself: don't concentrate too much. Good.
Okay, I have saved the game, so if something happens, we also don't have to do all the things.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we will, if chosen, we will go to C25, The Lost of Lazarus. So let me just... Yeah.
This book is going to be massive.
It is going to be massive. Oh, and we also have a companion, by the way.
Oh, cool.
We have this. She is with us. And we also get to choose... let's just go with the... we can choose the weapon cards or the tech cards. So we can go with some tech maybe.
Sounds good.
So we have these 4 cards that we will be able to divide between us when we start the mission.
Okay.
We might have picked up 1 or 2 other cards along the way, if so, but that's not certain. So we'll just play from what we have here and say this is the setup. So we have 4 cards that we've looted at some point here, and then we have our companion, which has been with us in the story for a while.
Okay.
So I think she actually met us in this story, if I'm not completely mistaken.
That's actually possible, yeah. So she is a radiologist. After your free rest action, you may move 1 damage, right? 1 slot to the left.
Yeah.
Ration behavior. Once per mission on your turn, you and all allies, no matter where they are, gain 2 focus, I think, right? That is good.
That's correct, yeah. So, let's see find the mission layout for us. Whew, there are many. And some of them are still very prototype-ish, of course.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, it's still in development, so sure.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also a lot of money so you have to make sure only to take those maps that you just want to promote a lot, of course. So, but a lot of them have found their owners in terms of a mission that they. We're ready to go. So whenever you have read or feel that you are ready, you can go to the next briefing and we can go from there.
All right, so I can read that out if you want to. I'm just fighting with Table Simulator, but I'm almost there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's. I always need time to get used to it because I don't use it that often.
No.
All right, C25, The Last of Lazarus. Location, Kesar, Assembly Space, Assembly Station. Year, 1001 ATA. Mission brief. You're not allowed to take this mission. Okay, that's not that important, I think. Your call goes through to Tessa. Tessa Barrett, com. Good morning, Commander. I hope you're well rested. This new mission will require a focused and thoughtful execution. You've probably already heard about the bombing of the Changelings' headquarters on Eva Marian in the system of Eve Ariel, executed by the Changeling separatist faction called the Sentinels. These terrorists, for lack of a better term, managed to pour even more fuel on the flames of insurrection within the Assembly. A few days ago, we finally managed to get a lead in an otherwise closed case. One of the main suspects have been cited by an undercover agent deep in Lazarus' depth. This is where you come in. You must apprehend the suspect so this changeling separatist can be brought to justice. However, sneaking around in Lazarus' depth is part of the reason the case is closed. Every other team we've sent to that system has ended up dead. I'd recommend including Ayeni, that is our companion, and any other changeling on this mission. The Sentinels are very suspicious toward outsiders. I sent in the mission details, so you can read up on the 14,000 parsec haul to the system. Good luck, Commander. You stock a good supply of food for the next 56 hours flight. As Camriel engages the FTL drive, you meet Ayeni as you leave the bridge. Ayeni in person. Commander, I hope you understand that whatever happens in Lazarus' death, deception and treason is somehow involved. You never find a larger population of lost souls and desperate beings. The Sentinels do not care for their changeling brothers or sisters. The system and its planets are fueled by chaos. I hope that I can help you see through the fog of lies. As you know, I'm with you 100%. Doesn't sound that hospitable, but...
No, it's not a friendly place now.
Not that much, no.
So let's go to the update here before we on the mission later. So yeah.
There we go, right?
Oh, here. Yeah,
oh.
Here there is this
sorry.
tiny pit. We arrive.
After a long flight, you finally approach the system's capital planet, Azaria, and are hailed by the main port's docking master. Alright, now we have three figures here. Camriel in person. This is the pilot requesting. Docking Master Com, I'm sorry to ruffle your wings, One Eye, but can you put someone on who's more representative of your aspirations for wanting to visit Azaria? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
It's all good, yeah.
Probably not.
It's sci-fi.
Yeah. Like in sci-fi and fantasy, that's always an issue.
Yeah.
Ayeni Inaru, whispering, Sorry, Camriel, let me handle this. Good afternoon, Docking Master. I'm Ayeni Inaru of the Assembly Food Export Council. We're here to negotiate new terms for the Food for Weapons program that was initiated last year. Docking Master. Ugh, you guys again. You know you keep those bastards on the street alive much longer than what is necessary. Very well, Ayeni. I'm granting you 2 days stay at the port. If you aren't gone by then, I'll have my men strip the ship and you are sold into slavery. Oh, that's not too good. As you land, Ayeni briefs you on the situation. Listen up, gang. Everyone here keeps a close eye on any outsider who isn't a changeling. With our cover, we shouldn't be asked too many questions for now, but once we start poking around, we must move fast and handle the situation as quietly as possible. Camriel and Paradis, you must be on high alert. We may have to leave with only a few minutes' notice. It's a possibility that we split up to cover more ground and attract less attention.
Cool.
Am I not playing a changeling? Yeah, well,
Yeah, you are.
that's good
That's
riddance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. No, I will just set up the mission here.
That sounds good.
So we have some point of interest, and then we have, let's see here. Oh, red one here, a civilian, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we have red 2, and yeah, also a civilian. And 4 up there.
And 4 brawlers, I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have a few people we need to question. Let me see here, 2.
Ayini Inaru, Commander, we must gather some intelligence before we can start piecing together the whereabouts of our suspect. Be careful who you ask and how, as some changelings might be working as double agents or just trying to survive by providing the sentinels with information. So, we need to gather intelligence from 3 different characters and eliminate any enemies present. That's an and, right? We need to do both.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, but there are no enemies present at the moment, but they might come.
Yeah.
So.
These brawlers, these are still work in progress, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They are just standees for now, or stand-ins, or whatever you call it. So let's see here. We have some civilians and some brawlers that we can question.
Mm-hmm.
So the setup here, we also, of course, have to take into consideration that we would have played at least 15 or 17 missions by now, so we would be well versed in the setup and the whole mechanics of the game, right? So of course it gets a bit more, you could say, dense in some of the things that can happen, because you expand upon the player's knowledge of how to use the game components, you could say. So here we have to gather intelligence from 3 different characters, civilian and brawlers. And to gather intelligence, we must perform a successful interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's just like with consoles and doors, where you have to interact with them by drawing interact tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And we can only use basic interact or gear that has a translation ability. So if you look at the bottom of your gear, you can see if you have, I think this one is a translator as well, this comm device.
Mm-hmm.
It has translation in the bottom of the
card. It says gear translator. Mm-hmm.
So you can also use that for interaction, so by using either basic interact or gear with translation ability.
Okay.
So, and we have to stand adjacent to the characters that we want to talk to. And we remove the character if successful. So, and the thing is, changing characters can draw 1 extra token. And if we had a particular character, she could draw, or he could draw 2 tokens extra. So, do you remember the interact action?
Yeah, we like draw tokens from that box for each interaction, I think, right? And as soon as we have like 2 or 3 of the same,
3 matching tokens,
3 matching tokens, then we are successful.
Yeah, exactly. The only challenge here is that if you ever draw 1 white token instead of the usual 2 tokens that would cancel the interaction, the target character will immediately cancel the interaction and become a fleeing character. Mm-hmm. The white token is hereafter kept out of the bag. So fleeing characters, after the enemy's turn, fleeing characters will use the moves they have, trying to reach the nearest point of interest, always taking the shortest route.
Yeah.
If a fleeing character manages to step onto a POI, remove the character and spawn a team size, so that would be 2 snipers adjacent to the point of interest.
Oh no.
So, and they will be using the disorganized defense. So if that happens, we have to take that into consideration. Fleeing characters can be killed. If they are killed from a distance greater than 1 square adjacent, spawn 1 sniper adjacent to the nearest POI. So. Okay, so we need to successfully interact with 3 of any of all these characters we have here. And if any of them, of course, flee, we should probably take them out to avoid. We have 14 turns to make it.
All right.
So that is our goal for now.
All right, sounds good. You might have to guide me through a few rules again here and there, but I think we will get into it, I think.
Yeah. So we can start in any of the squares here.
Yeah, up here or down there.
Of course, also, exactly, either up there, down there, yeah. And we should also divide these cards here, so that we have those. I think it would be wise if you took the thing that could potentially be a weapon, which is this one here.
Yeah.
Because you have, I have plenty of weapons. You have two each weapon.
Then I take this one. Which one do you want then?
I think I will take this one here, which the distorting device. So that would make sense for me. And then I think it would be, I have a way of boosting my run. You also have a good sprint, so we are not particularly hurt on that front. But if I take the medic, the support droid here, then you can take this one, and then you can also get Ayeni, because then you have the least amount of shield. So
yeah, that's what I thought, because like doing some movement is always good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just put her here, so she's like attached to you. So yeah, that's it. So we can start by. We should probably divide ourselves, I think, so we can cover more ground.
Can we start in different places of the map? No.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, we can.
We can start. Yeah. So we have those 2x4 spots we can put ourselves in.
I thought we need to like start in the same square. I thought. Okay, well that's good then.
Then I could start down here, perhaps.
Yeah. Then I will go maybe here.
Yeah. So the only thing we have to keep in mind is that we go and we quickly start interacting and get characters, to talk.
Yeah, I want to get to this one here first, probably.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could start out if you want.
So I have 2 actions now, right?
Exactly.
That means playing a card, right? Or concentrating or resting. Okay. So I need movement first. So I have the basic move here, right? So then I would play the basic move down here, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And then I need to roll 1 die.
Exactly.
Let me take this one here and roll that. So now I get I have 2 movement now, right? If I take the movement on the left.
Yeah, exactly.
And I could spend one of these red tokens to have 4 movement.
Yeah, you could. But that
theoretically.
Would be probably a bit. Yeah.
It would be pretty stupid, but I'm not gonna. Yeah. And you can only move orthogonally, not diagonally, right?
Oh, also diagonal.
Oh, that means I can actually reach that person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Good morning, sir. Or madam. Okay, good. I have a second action, so I should.
And then this one goes straight back to your hand.
Yeah, makes sense because it's on the very left of this action track.
Exactly.
And then it probably would make sense to play a basic interact, right?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can do the comm device. Yeah. So, the value you get is the amount of tokens you're allowed to draw from the interaction bag. So.
Yeah,
this
but
one is of course a bit better, but not by a lot. So it could be something you could save for later.
Yeah, I think I'll take the basic interact for now. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me save the con device a little bit because it needs 2 rounds to return to my hand. So yeah. All right. So then here another die. Let's roll that one. Okay. Same thing. So now I have 2. I can pull 2 tokens, right?
So yeah, you were a changeling, so you can pull +1.
3.
So you have 3. Yeah, exactly.
All right, then let's start. Oh no, no, that's
Oh no, that's
blue one.
great. Yeah.
Just needed time to load. Okay. No white one, please. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Oh, so you put 2 red at this guy here, and then the blue gets back into the bag.
I see. Yeah.
So you right now you're talking to the character, right? So
Yeah.
just like you were hacking before, if you were hacking a console, right? So right now you are doing something.
And we're having a pretty nice conversation, actually.
Yeah, exactly. You have not finished with him yet, but all is good for now.
And then I go down the turn token, and then it's your turn, I think, right?
And then you flip the activation token.
Right.
Yes. And you can also return your card.
Yes. Okay, so actually it's quite intuitive again.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think I will do 4. I will see if I can do 4 movements. Yeah. Okay, I will do this one here, and I will put it up here, and I will spend a token straight away. I want to see if I can get some yeah, okay, there were 1 movement there. I will reroll 1. Okay, now 1 movement. Okay, because was probably a bit okay, but then I can use 1 movement. Okay, boom. I will do a basic move, and I will spend 1 shield to add another die and a movement. Should I do that? No, that's maybe a bit too much. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 2. Okay, so 2 dice. Okay, so I can move 3 and I get my shield back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Was not impressive, but I'm new to the game, so.
Right. One question: why did you put that on 4? Wouldn't you put it on 1 usually?
I could put it on 1, sure. But the thing is, this one here is an effect card. It means that the thing that is written in the down here, it says once per action you may spend 1 shield to add 1 die and 1 movement to that action. So I want this one to stay as long as possible in my cooldown track, because next time it's my turn, I can again use this ability, because the ability is available as long as this card is in the cooldown track.
That's not too bad. So you can do that twice per turn, potentially, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I want to put it up here so I have it for many turns instead of putting it here where I would lose it right away.
Makes sense. Yeah, I forgot that you can actually put it higher then. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, that was me flipping, and we're down to 12. So perhaps you should see if you can get that guy to finish rambling.
Yeah, I will just do the basic interact again, because I can pull +1 token anyway. So putting another 2 tokens, I think. So how many tokens do we have in here? Does it say here? Yeah, 8 of each, except the white one,
Exactly.
4.
White ones would usually be wild tokens, right? But here they are actually bad tokens.
So the comm device would let me do 2. Plus 1, that would be 3. Plus whatever I roll. Maybe I should use the comm device now, right?
It would be nice to draw as many tokens as possible, so because the whites will be there. So
exactly, especially and then after I'm having interrogated that person, I will have to spend some time moving again, and then the comm device will probably be out of cooldown anyway. So yeah, let me play that one. Then I will roll 1 die. Oh no, that was wrong. I just flipped it. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay.
You can always re-roll if you want.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth here. I don't think so.
Yeah. No.
So I'll have 2 plus 1, so 3. That's fine. We just need a red one. Let's go.
Exactly.
Ha!
Oh,
there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, very smooth talker.
Nice. Exactly. So those are out of the bag, and we have 1 character down. That's great. Great work.
Nice. Well, I still have an action. Well, then I will just move, I guess. So what's the shortest way? Down there.
1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. So they're both within.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll go here first, probably, and then I don't know if the point of interest is interesting. Oh no, that's the point of interest is for the civilians when they flee, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think if you go down here. Oh, you could take this one because you will end your turn, and then next time it's your turn, you just need to have. You could say if that guy flees, you need to be able to kill him. Before he flees, right? But you have an ability to shoot the guy. Yeah, you have a pretty good blaster, for example. So you can always shoot him as long as you have 1 turn left.
Yeah.
That means. Just keep that in mind, yeah.
I'll just move another. Let's see if I can move like 3. Well, let's see. Let me just try that one here. No, that was the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Alright, then let's roll a die. Please, something better now. Oh, well.
Otherwise, always you can flip it. If you can do it like if you do a few taps on it, then it flies off a bit more. Because otherwise, just a few. Push R a few times, then you also good to go.
I see. Okay, yeah, but I had plus 1 anyway, so I will move 2. Oh, it's just not perfect, but it's okay. Okay, then I flip that guy, go down here, and it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Now I need to talk to this guy here. So I will use my basic interact, and I will spend the shield to get 2 dice with that. Okay.
Oh, nice.
I got plus 2, and then I got my shield back. I think that is acceptable. So I can pull 3 for that guy. 1.
Oh.
2. That is nice.
You are kidding me.
That is nice. That's 1 smooth talking snake.
Yeah, definitely.
Well. Okay. We are ahead of schedule, I would say. Then I will use maybe I should use my charge here. That's 3 per default. I think I will use this charge per default.
What does it do? Move 3 squares and then deal 2 damage. Oh.
I can just not do the damage. So
okay.
You can always all numbers that you provide at any given point are always up to. Do less.
Okay, that's good because otherwise he would shoot these civilians.
Yeah, exactly. So I will just do 3 over here. So now I'm adjacent to these here, and that means I'm ready for my next turn.
All right.
So we have both flipped our tokens. We have flipped them back again.
Yes.
And decide who should go first.
Well, if you want to, you can go first.
Yeah, I'm already next to, so...
Exactly. Because maybe you can just finish up, because I still need to walk. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you can finish it up.
Yeah, exactly. And then if something happens, I can shoot the guy. Yeah, okay.
You have a lot of weapons here.
Yeah, she's a combat-oriented person.
Wow.
I will do my basic interact and spend the shield. Let's see what we can get here.
Oh, wow.
+2 plus. Okay, so that's 4 tokens I'm allowed to. And I will go for this guy here because if something is wrong, I have a good weapon to. Oh.
One more clover, come on.
That was unfortunate. No.
That's a shame,
Okay, yeah, so he becomes a. Oh, I will just grab it. Sorry, I should not have. It should be out of there. It's permanently out.
Mm-hmm.
The white one. So this character is now a fleeing character, and I think I will therefore just very discreetly take my pulse rifle. Then I will spend 1 shield to add 1 die to this one, so I should be able to kill him. If I... No, that's stupid. Could also use one of my tokens to avoid... Oh, because I had to roll +1, +1, or +2.
Yeah.
Otherwise have to start a hunt for... That's not good. So I will use this one, so I deal 3 damage, and I also spend a shield, so I have 2 dice, so let's go with that.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, that was actually not as... But I shoot him next to me here, as just... Oh, he's dead.
That was quick.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh. Was...
Do you need to spend...
a...
Oh, sorry. Do you need to spend that token, that specific token here, before rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to actually do it before, because otherwise it becomes just a surefire all the time. So,
yeah.
So that is done before you roll the dice, because that's the only luck in the game. So
yeah. Okay. But you could have also spent both tokens.
No, I can
both
only
red ones.
spend 1 token per action.
Only 1. So. Okay. Good. Okay.
There. So, but this one has really helped me out.
Yeah.
This one here, right? That's it's a very powerful thing. And I also got some movement on my die, so I'll just move slightly over here because I can still interact with this one going forward. So I'm still adjacent to him just by go there, right?
Yeah.
There's no need for me standing over here because I would much rather stay so I can quickly get somewhere else afterwards.
Quickly shoot him if necessary.
Yeah. I mean, I have had a game where we shot 4 people before we managed to get through, so
wow.
that can happen. But this time it's been good.
Yeah, I just do my basic move, and I don't really need to roll a die because I can move 1 anyway, right?
Yeah, sure, but you could roll a die if, let's say, you rolled a +1, then you might want to go here and interact with this one first.
Because
it's the same for you. Because if you on your second try have this one run, then it will be the enemy's turn, and then he will manage to get over here, and then we have sharpshooters to deal with. Might be a good...
well, or not.
Otherwise you have to re-roll. You can do that. I mean, you have plenty. You have 5.
Yes.
I have to be a bit more cautious with mine.
Well, that's fine. So then I'm over there, and then I'll take this back to... No, not yet, right? Yeah, immediately. Yeah, immediately. But this one I don't move down now. I move it down at the end of the turn, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And then
I'll do an active rest. Then you would pull it off, right?
No.
That would be strange.
Yeah, because at the end of the turn I will get both back. That's fine. So I will do the basic interact now, and roll 1 die. That's Do I want to do another one? Yeah, I think I do, right? I mean, we're close to the end, probably, if everything goes well, so let me just do a reroll. Come on. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to do another reroll. So I will just pull 2 tokens, that's fine. So number 1 is blue. Number 2 is red. Okay.
Okay, you can only keep one color like usual, so that means you have to decide what color to keep. This is a no-brainer this time because it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter, but red is my YouTube color, so I will put blue back into the box, right?
Nice, yeah. That is cool.
Okay, there we go. Then I will flip that guy here. I will take both cards back into my hand. Then move the turn tracker. Oh, we're still on time. And now
we're doing
it's your turn.
Yeah, we can flip them back, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Just do your smooth talking again, and then we're fine.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I don't have to shoot anyone. Okay, I will spend 1 shield to okay, +1 and +1, so that's 3. I think that would be good for me.
Not bad.
Red.
Oh no.
Whoopsie.
Guess it's shooting time.
Yeah. It is sad. So, but since it's just a civilian with 2 life, I will probably just, punch him. So I will do a basic. No, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
That's the only time where I have to reroll that just to.
There we go.
Yeah.
Just punch him dead. Wonderful.
So we also starting to stack up a few specialties.
Oops.
There's. Did you say like no hands, no cake or something?
Yeah. I think that's what you call collateral damage, right? Alright, then we can go.
Yeah, we have 8 turns, but luckily we are down to only having 2 white in our. So.
Yeah. So that's my turn now, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Where am I? I'm here. I'm interrogating. Right. So let me use the comms device again. Right, and then roll that die here. That's okay.
Nice.
That's 3 + 1. That's 4, right? No, that's 5 even.
Yeah, that's right.
Just don't pull a white. Okay. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. All right, come on. Purple or red? Ah, come on. Okay, then I'm gonna keep the purples, right? Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah. That was unlucky. Okay.
It was.
Then I'll do the basic interact, and let's roll another die. That is 3 as well. Okay.
Yep.
Nope. Oh, come on.
Okay,
there we go.
On. Oh, there. Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem.
I put the civilian in the bag.
Oh, yeah, our components, I see. There we go. Oh, and there.
Oops.
That cannot happen in real life, so that's all good. Good. Oh, that's our mugshot. We have questions for now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you just finish your turn. You just have to finish your turn.
Oh,
then
yeah,
we'll do
yes.
a mission check, and then.
There we go.
Okay, so if success, continue to C25. So let's see here, mission update 1. Okay.
Remove all point of interest civilians and brawlers. Place 1 Night Bane in O1. No, 01. No, O1 probably.
Yeah, that's O1. That's orange one.
Orange one, yeah.
Because we have red and And yellow, and the combination of that is orange.
Mm-hmm. We need to catch.
Yeah. So, okay. So enemy always go first after the mission has been updated. That is of course important. And then we have Ayeni. She kind of says in prose what's going to happen.
Commander, we have our first lead, and there. They have been tipped and are running. We need to catch this telltale before they manage to slip away, or worse, get back up. Commander, it looks like they're heading for the city outskirts. I'll run ahead and see if I can catch them before they reach the eastern corridors. You'd definitely be better off if you can catch them earlier.
Yeah, so she has left our mission for this segment only.
Yeah, well, we didn't use her anyway, so yeah.
Oh, not yet. So, catch the suspect Nightbane as quickly as possible. So we are, of course, standing where we are. And suspect the Nightbane. After the enemy's turn, move the Nightbane towards the exit on the map, always taking the shortest route. The Nightbane can move through characters if it has enough movement to reach the other side. To catch the suspect, you must deal the last amount of damage with the basic interact action. This will make sure the suspect is not killed in the process. Keep track of turns. Use the turn token to keep track of how many turns you spent on catching the suspect. Include the turn the suspect is caught on.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not catch the suspect yourself, Ayeni will catch them on turn 6. Okay, so we go to 0 here.
Yeah.
And we have both had our turn, so we can both flip and see when this is going to. But they will, of course, since they always move after the mission check, as you know here, the mission turn, enemy turn, right after the mission check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So he goes 1, 2. He wants to go over here, of course.
Yeah.
Get out.
Do we need to just punch him, or do we actually need to deal 2 damage punching him?
Well, we need to deal. It says here that to catch him, you must deal the last amount of damage with the basic interact. So basically, you can deal. Let's say you had 1 unblockable damage, or you dealt 3 damage, then you could reduce him to 1 health, right? But then the last one you need to deal with basic interact, which means you must roll a +2, because that's the only, on a basic interact you can only deal 3 damage by having a +2, right?
But he has only 2 health, right?
He has only 2 health, but he has 2 shields.
Oh, the shield. I forgot about that one. Okay, yeah. I see.
And that's the permanent shield, so that means in order to do the last amount of damage, you must do it with a basic interact.
So how much damage can I do with my blaster? That's 2 damage, potentially +1.
Yeah, exactly. And if you do +2, you would just say I'd only do 3 damage, and then he's down to 1. Right?
So I can deal less damage than. Okay.
You can always move and deal less damage, always less than whatever your number is on a card. So.
Okay. Good.
Which is very rare. You will do it, but here is an instance where you have to do it. So.
Yeah. All right. Who should go first?
Maybe I should just get in position over here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You can get in position. After that, I will just shoot his face. Okay. Yeah.
Because I have this one where I can do a one, add a die to my basic interact, right? So if I am ready for him, then I can roll 2 dice on my basic interact, which would probably be a good. So I will play this one first and roll 2 dice. Maybe I should just do a. Yeah, I will get 1 more die, because if I will just do, I will have 3 dice for this. Down. Okay, I will take the 2 shields. I need those. +1 cannot be used because there is nothing in brackets on my card, right? So, and it's also an effect card, so I'm basically not getting this effect when I play the card. getting it once it's there, right? So
Yeah.
okay, I will use my. Just need to 1, 2, 3. I will just use a basic
Mm-hmm.
position.
Oh,
And
nice.
3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, that should be okay.
That's pretty good. Okay.
That was the first turn.
Then I'll. Oh, wait. The range of my blaster is 4. That's fine, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Then I will just play my blaster and get 2 dice here. 2, yeah.
Yeah.
And that is +2.
Super.
That will be 4 damage. Let's do 3.
Yeah. So you took 1 and he would actually, after my turn, he would have moved here, of course. But he's still very much within range, so it's all good.
Yeah, but I can't punch him now. I need to move first, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I should move maybe up here if possible.
Maybe even it will. Oh yeah. You can take the next turn anyway. So if you move here, then he will have to go here. I think so. 1, 2. Yeah. Then
that's fine. Then we are both kind of there. So I think that would be good if I can move that far. Let's see. So basic move, 1 die. Let's do that. Let's see how far I can move. I still have some focus to reroll, so I don't need to. I can move 2. Perfect. So I'll just move up here. And then it's your turn. No, we're both done.
Yeah, we're both done. So we can flip it, and he will move like 1, 2. So you could try to punch him first.
Yeah, I'll try punching him.
Because then he will be next to me, and then. And see here, you can actually also spend a red if you want to increase your. Then if you spend a red, then you have 2 damage, right?
And then I just need to roll a +1, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
You can do that.
I'll spend that one, and then I will roll. Let's see. Nope, I will re-roll. There we go.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Super.
I'm punching him really, really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. You just finish your turn.
Yeah.
You actually have 1 extra action because you punched him as your first action, right? So you actually have 1 action to do something else, like concentrate.
Yeah, that's what I would do because nothing else to do for me at the moment. So I'm done. I go up here, and the rest I've already done here.
You moved it. Okay.
No, I haven't moved that one yet.
It should be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Was faster than expected.
That wasn't too bad.
Oh. So we can go to the next there.
Okay, mission update number 2. The Nightbane struggles with its handcuffs to no avail as you drag them into a small abandoned container house. The stench alone could make less of people crack. You look at the time. Hopefully the interrogation will not take too long. Ayeni Inaru in person. Listen, Sentinel, you're in no position to bargain and we're after some much bigger fish. Just cooperate. Nightbane in person. You filth. To even call you a changeling is a disgrace. You bow to every red tape put on our species. As if our ability to shapeshift could be controlled by the assembly overlords. You won't get anything from me, you traitor. Ayeni again. Commander, I think you might have a better chance cracking the Sentinel if you are 2 individuals interrogating him together. By now you know where I stand on these matters, but I leave it up to you to decide what to do with our captive. We can't spend a long time on this. Our situation gets riskier the longer we stay here. Alright, we have a choice now. How we will interrogate our suspect, and we must agree to either punch him or manipulate him.
Yeah. And you can see here there is a difference because you have to roll 1 die for each dominating mark the team members have on their characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to punch him, right? And we will count all +1 and +2 results, and we must get a total of turns to catch him or more. So the turns we had to call him, right? Turns to catch. So that was 3.
Mm-hmm.
And or we can get more than 3, right? 3 or more to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a risk of killing him in the process, but there's also the unavoidable effect on Ayeni, because we've had her with us for a while, so we know kind of where she stands on these matters.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not in a positive way, right?
Yeah.
If we manipulate, we have to roll 1 die for each inspiring mark we have each, and count all +1, +2s. And basically the same, right? So we have a total of 4. I have 2 red, right? And I have 2 red, but I also have 3 green.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah.
So it's either 4 dice or 3 dice to get 3 or more.
Okay. Well, we probably go for manipulation, right?
We can, yeah. We can.
Because we don't want to... we want to be... Aini should be still on our side, maybe, so...
Yeah. So I will let you do the honors of rolling 3 dice then.
Oh, that's a very bad idea.
I don't want to be the one.
Yeah, because I'm gonna mess up. Everybody who knows me knows that I should never be allowed to roll dice. Okay. 3, right?
Yeah.
Can I do anything to... But I can still use focus to reroll?
It says no rerolls or abilities can be used.
Oh no. Oh no.
So it is a... yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna roll them single to make it more exciting. Let's go. Alright.
Okay.
That's a 1.
1.
Okay. Number 2. Oh no.
Oh. Yeah. But that was also a 1.
That's 2.
So this one has to be a 1 now. Yeah.
Alright, 2. Come on. Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Lucky.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so if you succeed, continue to C25 mission update 3 alpha. Okay. If you succeed using physical violence, that was not the one. If you succeed using manipulation.
Okay. After a long time, you finally managed to confuse the Sentinel enough for it to drop several clues along the way. Ayeni. Okay, I believe we have everything we need to piece together a plan. They have their compound on the north side of the docking area, just behind the slums of Meatpacker Street. The Sentinel also mentioned that the Separatists now work together with Ronins, who have adopted these criminals into their ranks. We must be careful in our approach. Ronins are famous for their fighting techniques and highly specialized weapons. Alright, we may all do 1 free rest or concentration action.
Yeah, I will just do a concentration here.
And I will probably do a rest to get my back by blaster, right? Because I do have enough. I do have enough. As it is.
You can see up here that, we can see afterwards what would happen if we were doing a, if we failed. So there's certainly this one is if we succeed with the physical violence, of course, but that also means that we get a negative relationship with Ayeni.
Yeah.
So on this side here, you can see that we would already have a certain relationship, that would have developed into with other memory dots as well. So okay, so we can go to 4A. Here it is if we kill the character. So we would actually have some negative effect and we would go to a different setup.
I see, yeah.
So we will go to 4A instead of 4B. That's good. I would say 4B is definitely more chaotic.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, we have to place 3 civilians in O2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. That is 1 down there, 2 there, and 3. Let me see. There, and 4 is one over there. Okay. And we get some barrels, some fuel barrels.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 fuel barrels. Moral implications of blowing them up next to civilians? Yeah. And the Ronin in the first one. So I'll just find the Ronin for us. He's also a prototype character for now. So you can see the Ronin is here with 8 health, and he's a melee character that moves 5 squares and has damage 1 plus a die, and his shield is equal to the distance he's being hit from. So that means minimum 1. Okay, and then we also need to put some snipers in red, and there we have to put TS, so that would be 2 snipers, team size 2 snipers in red 1, 2.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah, but it could be much worse than that. Of course, because if we didn't succeed, then we would have to do other things. So okay, so, and we have patrol droids. We need those ready in yellow 1 to 2. We would need some patrol droids. They would spawn up here, but we'll get to that once they're there. And we reach the turn 5, so we'll just put an alert token there. Okay, so eliminate or capture the Ronin. We have to do that. And we'll be starting up in the team. We're up here.
So, eliminate or capture the Ronin and get as many team members out of the map as possible. At the bottom left of the map.
Yeah, exactly. So, and here, no threat. The team starts out unknown to the enemy. Once a player has attacked an object or enemy or gets within 2 squares of the Ronin, change the EBC, the enemy behavior part, towards all players to coordinated defense. So for now we are actually fine, so we can position ourselves and we can take out as many as we need. The fuel barrel can be attacked, has 1 health. Explosion deals 3 damage to all objects within 2 squares. So that means we will also take out civilians. So, but if we're in a tight spot, that might be a thing. Okay, Ronin shield is equal to the distance it is being dealt damage from. Minimum 1 as adjacent. Not with effect or push, so that means it doesn't work with effects. So if we are, we have some push or manipulation that will deal damage to him by pushing him, then the shield does not work. So, and if you want to capture the Ronin, you must deal the last amount of damage with a basic interact. So there we have the challenge, right? But we can also just eliminate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
We can start in the top large square here.
Yeah. Let me go. Well, I don't know. Just beside you, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, maybe 1 behind. I think maybe because if that guy, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, maybe I should also start like this so he cannot hit us on the first go. If we decide to kill, for example, we could try to kill this one a single blow. Okay, we have 10 turns to make it.
Yeah.
That's not a lot. So we'll see how that goes. And if we get to 5, then we can spawn the robots.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Back here, so we are ready to go. Whoop! I will just put all this back so it looks a bit more clean. Yeah, we all have a little bit of OCD.
Yeah, I know that.
Maybe I should just pulse rifle this guy here.
My activation token, can I put it back or do I leave it on this side?
No. It continues asynchronous for the mission update, so I have to be the one taking the first turn.
Yeah. Fine.
The only problem is that these guys here, the snipers, they actually have they do not have a shield. They have a die, and the idea with the die is that they actually dodge the attack if you roll a shield.
I see.
So that is not written here because that's written in the rules as a default.
Yeah.
So they completely dodge the attack, so that is a bit dangerous, of course. It can be. But yeah, God's no glory kind of thing. Let's see. I could also try to move into position and target this one here. I'm not sure it would really do much difference. No, it's probably better than 1, 2, 3. I could actually stay a bit further back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that at least 1, 2, 3. No, that one can still reach me. Okay. I just try to blast him.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
Oh, no, yeah, okay. I have an idea here. I will use my distortion device first. Okay. I will play that one with a die. Got a shield. I like that. And this is also an effect card. So when it's in the cooldown track, and that means when an enemy attacks you, roll 1 die, and if you roll it's basically what the enemy snipers have, right?
Yeah.
So if I roll a die, I cancel the attack. So because then I will use this pulse rifle, and I will play it in 2, because I can play it with cautious token here.
Yeah.
It is a -1 cooldown, so it would be on 2. I think that is a good solution.
That's nice, yeah.
Then I will spend 1 shield with this one to add 1 die to my shot.
Oh no.
Okay.
You could reroll with the focus, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and we have Ayeni back, so I mean, if you can activate her, because we are on a different segment, right? So she's back with us.
Right.
So you could always give us focus when we are in lack of that. I think I will re-roll 1 roll 1 plus 2. That's 4.
That's enough,
nice,
right?
Because that's So now I just need to roll for this guy if he's hit.
Good.
That's wow. The snake is performing today. That sounded I take that back. That sounded wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah, the champion here has been doing well. Okay, yeah. Oh my. Okay. Yep, and we are 9 turns. So.
All right, then we can both reactivate.
And of course now the party is on, so we will go to coordinated defense. Just flip through to coordinated defense. That's fine.
There we go.
Coordinate defense. And also red one. Yeah. So last activated, we have the lowest initiative on red, which is this one. And then, since orange will activate on both red and yellow, the Ronin will do the second. Do this one here, right? So first we do the red one, last activated. 1, 2, 3. You can see me now, right? Oh, he can actually see me already here. He can just see me through here, yeah.
Ah, okay.
But you can shoot through characters. There's nothing of the only thing blocking line of sight is the red lines, or are the red lines here. So it's just it's there and it shoots and it has 1 plus a die also. Well, that's just terrific. What's 1? And a lot worse. Then heal the most wounded enemy within 2 squares. Okay, there are no wounded enemies, only dead enemies. So that's good. Okay, then it's the Ronin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ha ha ha. Just pretty good that we moved back a little bit.
Just out of reach.
Okay. Will you do the honor of kill?
Sorry, I did not quite understand what you said.
Would you do the honor of trying to kill somebody?
Yeah, can we? The Ronin has a lot of health.
And also, of course, the shield, but you know.
Yeah, it would make sense maybe to get rid of the sniper first, right? But for that I would have to move. That's bad.
Oh, yeah, you would have to, yeah.
Maybe it's better than that I just do something with the Ronin, right? So maybe I can attack twice or something, I don't know. I do have the blaster and I do have the laser cutter.
Yeah, if you use a dominant token with that, then you do 4 that goes through shield. So
and I don't have to roll for that, right?
No. Exactly.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend that guy here. And I'll put the laser cutter right there. And then we do 4 damage to the Ronin.
Nice.
Because that's 2 squares? Yeah, that's fine. And then I will use my blaster after that. Oh no, wait. We need to do the last damage needs to be punched. But I mean I can still get him down a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah, you can always reduce. If you deal more than that, then you would just reduce it to whatever. Yeah. If we want to capture him, it's...
Oh, that's your dice. I have mine up here, which doesn't matter, I guess. Like this. Okay, so then I can roll 2 dice. Let's see what they do. That's 3 damage.
Yeah, -2 because you're 2 squares away from him.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's I could reroll one, right? Yeah. Let me do that. I mean, we still have here that +2 focus ability from Ayeni, so let me just reroll this one here. There we go.
So 2 more.
That's enough to get him down to 1, right? No, to 2 only. Yeah. Well, but that's still okay.
It's not bad. 6 and that's pretty good.
And then you can... Oh, wait. Let me put that down here. Yeah. Okay. And then...
Okay, so the enemy goes again. And we flip to the yellow because there is an orange, right? Which will activate on both. So we go to this one here, coordinate events. And he will move to nearest... that's... sucks, man. Okay, and then he deals damage to nearest player and then second nearest player, right?
Cool.
Because of course there's no second yellow, or there's not a first yellow, so the orange one is just the top, right? The lowest initiative.
Yeah.
So he deals first damage to me. I'm the nearest. That's 2 damage.
Oh no.
And then to you. That's 2 damage.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's my turn. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, my dear? Yeah, I'm soon done. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. So, are we just trying to get rid of him? Perhaps we are. Oh, if this is your first, yeah, okay. I will do this one here. I'll do my ray. No, I could actually just maybe do a regular punch him in the face with.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And all that stuff. I should just do that because I can get how much he has 1 shield, so I would need
3.
3, right?
Yeah.
I'll just do a basic interact. I think that's fine.
Otherwise, you will punch him a second time.
Oh, I have no shield left, so I cannot. That's unfortunate. I have no shield. I will do this one first. Then. Deal 1 damage to the enemy within 3. If this is your first action, this turn get a +1 to your next action. I think that.
That's good.
Okay. Do I get 1 die with that?
You can lose your focus, then we can use Ayene's
yeah, then you can use
ability
next time.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
That's +1. Well, I think maybe I should maybe I should take the shield, because then I could just focus on this, and then I could do I would have +1 on the next one, which means my basic interact would have. I would just shoot on this guy.
Okay.
With just a 1, that's fine. If it's 1 or 2, that doesn't matter. It's not killing him, and then I will take the shield. Killing him either way, so my next action could be pivotal. Okay, he got 1 damage at least. But then I would use my basic interact, which now has a +1 because of my ray gun, and then I will spend a shield to have 2 dice. We're not going to screw this up. Yeah. Okay, that's 3 damage.
And that's enough.
He's taken out. And then I will use my 2
yeah.
Run. 1, 2. Super.
Nice.
Good.
Alright, then we can both reactivate.
And of course the red one will now go for last activated. I'm right there in his face. So
wonderful.
He will just shoot. See what he decides. Whew. 1, so I take 1 damage. Lose 1 focus. There's none of that to lose. Oh, I actually forgot to activate my distortion. I should roll that. Okay. Yeah, I should not have even taken that, you could say, but
yeah.
Anyways, it's all good. It's also getting late here.
yeah, I get that. All right.
So.
And now we just need to run, right?
Yeah, basically we could just run. We don't have to eliminate the sniper. So.
Yeah, let's run. Do you want to go first?
I actually have a support droid, so I think if you go first.
Okay.
Could sprint around me and then.
Wait, give me a second. I can get one of these back here, right? With my changing... No. Yeah. Is that an action if I use my changeling biology?
It's not an action.
And that's not an action either, right? The A thing.
Nope.
Then I think what I will do...
Just take 2 focus.
Yeah, I will just take 2 focus for both of us. And I will spend 2 focus again to regain that red token.
Nice.
Because then I can use it on my basic move. Right?
Yes.
Because then I can move like 3 plus whatever I roll here.
Yeah.
So I can really like dash just.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's 5, right?
Wow.
I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then 1, 2.
You have to go. You have to go 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4, 5. There, I think. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wasn't too bad. And then I will take this into my hand and put it back.
Also use your sprint if you want.
Oh, I have that sprint. You're right.
Yeah, because that's 4 plus 2 dice.
Why didn't I just use it before? Oh, well, that's still fine. Yeah. Up here.
Yeah.
Move 4 plus 2 dice. Yeah, that's really good. I can also move you. No, I can't. Okay. 2 dice. Let's.
Yeah, that would have been good though.
Yeah, that would have been good. I was thinking about taking it, but then I didn't. Obviously.
Okay.
3. That's 7 movement, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, then I think I'm out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then just 6. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I'm out of there. You're on your own now.
Okay, so yeah, that's let's see how this. Okay, so last activated can no longer be used, so that must be me. So now he shoots me. So okay, now I. Oh, you gotta be. That's not how is it. Okay, I have my distortion device. This is actually.
You can use 1 focus to reroll. Is that possible?
It says no rerolls on the card.
Oh yeah, no rerolls. Okay, well.
It's just 3 damage. Not a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
Oh man.
You see, if we played on hard, right? Or if I decided I would play on hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I would right now have -2 to my movements because these here are both fractures to my legs. So, but I never said I played on hard. Okay, place this card on 1. Oh, this is just brutal.
This is very brutal.
Yeah.
You just need to run.
I just need to run.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I will do that. I will first heal myself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yourself or carries within 2. Well, funnily enough, there are no. I could heal myself for 1 damage. I think that would be preferred. Yeah, I will heal myself. I will heal 1. And do I get 2 dice? So I could get some shield. Well, shield, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I will spend 1 focus on trying to roll a shield or something else of quality. That's a shield.
That's not too bad, yeah.
And then I will use my charge. Move 3. There are no dice. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Well. That was my turn, and we go to this one. So now we would also. That's just brutal. Now these enemies would also come in, which are these patrol droids in yellow 1.
I'm starting to feel kind of bad that I just rushed out of there like this.
And I was just about to say, don't worry, but no, you should feel a bit bad about yourself. That's totally appropriate. So these guys come in because the mission update, right?
Right, yeah.
And that also means that when it's the enemy's turn, we would flip to the yellow side now. And they start with the automated attack yellow. Now here I will have to flip back and forth, but in reality you would have just a lot of cards, so you just take the 2 cards that have these each. So
Yeah.
not really a big deal, but they would be on automated attack yellow, right? So the first one, number 1, would shoot, and then it would go to last activated player. So 1, 2. It could not reach me from there, so now it can reach me. Can actually reach me from here, so it's all fine.
Oh no.
Other one goes for last activated, and then it shoots. So it goes 1, 2. Now it can see me and shoots me for 2.
Oh no.
Phew. Well, I had those shields, so that was good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I will just have to
Just get out of there.
Yeah.
As far as you can.
Run. Come on. That's 2.
Okay.
1, 2, and then I need
3, right?
yeah.
But you still have one focus.
reroll.
You still have one focus, yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Okay.
Oh. Well,
I
that's
will
2 at
take-
least.
Yeah, I will take those 2. That should be fine. I will do 1, 2, I think, because maybe I can avoid getting shot by this one. How much can they move? 3? That's actually. See, now we go to the coordinated defense red, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bit annoying that we have to do it like that, but So the red one. Oh, and we would of course be here, and I would be here, and I would have this one.
Yeah.
Down. And I'm the only one who can take turns now, so if you leave the card, sometimes if you leave it and go onto a ship that is still there, then you can go out again. If you leave the card, you would usually be out, not having, not being able to go back in, right? So
Yeah.
So sometimes you would coordinate it better. I'm not saying we should have done that, but I'm.
Yeah.
That could have been.
I thought it was really easy. We were just gonna run out. That's it. That's what I thought. But well.
Well, it goes 1, 2, 3, and he cannot actually shoot me from there.
That's good.
That's lucky, yeah. And that means I will do 2 basic, and I will definitely
Yeah.
be out of there.
Well, that worked out
So,
good. Well.
if success, continue to mission update 5A. We actually managed it. So,
As you run back towards the dock, you can see the local homeless crowd around the dock getting all worked up. They all try to get inside the dock and onto the platform where your ship is situated. Docking Master, you guys have some nerve lurking around causing trouble like that. Now I don't know what you did or why, but you can be damn sure that your ship is off my list, and if it wasn't so much trouble, I'd get an arrest order on you lot. Aini, yes, we'll be out of your feathers in a heartbeat. But what is happening? Why are all those poor homeless souls entering the dock? Yeah, those low-life bastards always try to get a free trip out of here. You can shoot a few or let the engines fry them on takeoff, all fine by me, not my problem. Now get out of here. Oh my, there must be hundreds. What shall we do, Commander? No one is going to stand up for these or speak their case. Alright, what will we do with the refugees flooding the hangar? We can refuse to take them on board, we can shoot a few of them to disperse the rest, or take as many on board as possible.
yeah. Yeah, so here it's actually not a problem to take them on board, but if you had already received a scar from previous, like for example, if I had not made it out of the map, right, I would have had a scar, and that would mean I would get another scar.
That would be bad, but now we could take them on.
Yeah,
On board.
so we can decide to do that, yeah.
Cool.
So we will, once decided, we'll go to the mission. Oh, let's see here. Mission update 6 there. so.
If you brought refugees with you, continue below, yeah. You guide as many refugees and homeless aliens as possible onto the ship. Every inch of the cargo bay, med bay, and armory is used. A spirit of hope finally drops on the many worried faces as the ship starts to take off. After 15 minutes, Camriel announces the jump to FTL over the speakers. A more than 2 days trip awaits. Halfway to Kezar, you meet up with Gwendar. Commander, I must inform you that we're almost out of food and medicine. There's nothing left in our storage. Some of these people are so malnourished that they won't survive for another 30 hours unless we can do something. So, what will we do about the food and medicine shortage? Either leave as it is, there's nothing more you can do at this point, you will have to ride it out until you reach the dock. Gwendar expects that at least a handful of refugees will die if unattended, or we can make sure we split the last rations of food and medicine even further. This will keep the weakest alive at their arrival, however there will be nothing left for any wounded team members, which we don't have. If there are any, one of the players who have already received one or more scars must paint one extra scar on their character sheet. Okay, but we can split again, right? Because we don't have any scars.
No. So that player must also paint it. So if there was some, they would have sacrificed for them, but here there are nobody who sacrificed anything.
Yeah,
We are all in mint condition.
that's wonderful. And that's even though I ran out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, after a long flight, you feel the sudden shift in space and time as Camriel pulls the ship out of FTL. You manage to dock at the Assembly's Refugee Center and hand over the surviving refugees. After a while, you continue to your designated dock and the AVESC, where you can meet with Tessa.
So the aftermath. So, and what was it here? Failed to eliminate Ronin.
We captured it, right?
You captured, yeah. So that's the last one.
Tessa, excellent work, Commander. You managed to capture one of the infamous Ronins. We'll make sure to have a question by our Guardian colleagues here at the AVSC. With their knowledge, we might be able to track down a much larger portion of the Sentinel network and bring those terrorists to justice. Thanks again, and may I see you for another job in the near future, Commander. Now we can paint 2 of these relationship thingies next to our ABSC and the dot called C25D, the legacy folder. So that would be down here.
Exactly. So we would have those here, right? So
yeah,
they would track how many of these particular missions we would either succeed or lose, or like in some way, and also if there are other things that we, of course, our standing with the Assembly's Security Council.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's it.
Nice.
Then we would return to the directory and take on another mission, because here the missions actually have some other triggers. So this mission here has no external trigger, but other missions have triggers that would result in us advancing the plot to a different point. So this here was a bit of an offshoot, which some of the missions are, but you cannot know that for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's it.
Very nice, yeah. That was fun and very successful, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. It was actually, it ended in a bloodbath last time I played, where we had to kill everyone to just get this Ronin out, and because if you fail to interrogate the enemy, then you actually have to draw out the Ronin by going around and shooting things. So
oh yeah, okay.
That quickly escalates. So
yeah, but that worked pretty well for us.
yeah, it did indeed. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun. Definitely had a lot of fun, just like last time. It's nice to see that the game is really coming along.
Yeah.
So you're planning the launch, what did you say, in September, right?
4th of September is the current date.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, looking forward to more infos, like on the road to that launch date, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. And I just love creating new missions and trying to bring all those different aspects into it and try to stretch the mechanics to tell more stories without, going into crazy rules and having a lot of other components and stuff, right? So
yeah,
So, for example, we could use the tokens for interrogation instead of just for hacking concepts and stuff like that, right? So you can kind of expand upon the use of the components already in the game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, very cool.
So, yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you very much for having me, and I hope we can maybe get together again. I would love to play another mission at some point. Sure. That'd be great.
Yeah. Where is it you're situated, by the way?
You mean country-wise?
Yeah.
In Germany.
Germany. Yeah. So it's actually, but because I will have some physical prototypes, at some point. So if that could be something for you, I might be able to could ship because it would just be from Denmark to Germany. That would be pretty straightforward.
That would be actually possible. Yeah, if you would like to have me review one of the prototypes, that'd be great. I would love to do a review for that because, well, I'm just definitely always having fun playing that with you. Even though
cool.
when I kind of leave you in the dust and just running off the map, but well,